What up, people? Welcome to another episode of A Drink and a Game. My name's Dre, aka BK Brawler. You all know me already. Joined today with Freddie G, as usual. Fred.
And Tim Mateo,
And
aka
yes,
4K
and my
Padre.
boy Tim has returned. I don't know, did we hear you, Fred? Is your mic working?
My mic's good. It was just
Oh,
fucked
all
up.
right.
What up, people?
All right. So good. And then once
It's
again,
just fucked up.
here is my boy Tim Leo, and welcome to anyone that joins us today. We glad that you're joining. It's almost the holidays and shit. Well, the holidays is here. So,
Yeah.
this week is Christmas. Hope you guys all got your kids your gifts and shit. And if you're
Merry
not wearing no
Festivus.
kids there, you got your doggies, your gifts, and everything. I know Freddie, you rocking with the dogs and stuff. I couldn't do
Just
that
spur
no
the
more.
little kids, man. They cost
Yeah.
me so much money.
About the same. About the same.
Oh man. So like back again, and it's another week. I guess what were we into, like 2 weeks into Cyberpunk, not to the Cyberpunk release, and we're gonna get into that because Tim wanted to join us and give us his thoughts on Cyberpunk today. So before we get into that, we said since it's a Christmas episode, a Christmas week episode, a happy Hanukkah, whatever the fuck y'all want to say, because everyone's fucking stuffy nowadays. Then so we said let's go over our best, I guess, holiday events that's been going on in games right now. So, Freddie, since it was your idea, how about you start, man?
All right, so the reason I came up with this idea, and I bought this game off of Steam. Shout out to Steam with those fucking sales, man.
Oh yeah,
Every other week
trying
is
to stay
sale. I
off.
fucking love it. I bought Bully, the scholarship edition, and when I think of Christmas, for some reason that game pops in my head of just like that game being able to like change throughout the season. So Halloween, the pumpkins come out during Christmas, the Christmas trees come out. So I just jumped on it, and man, that game, so many good memories, but it needs like a 4K upgrade because it looks like a potato when I play it. But that's part of the charm, I guess. But
One day.
that and I've been playing Nuketown. Nuketown's a classic map. Everybody who plays card out there, they updated for Christmas lights, so it's
Oh yeah,
nighttime
yeah.
now.
Playing that, yo. We
Yeah,
gotta play
and
some more COD. I'm addicted to my battle pass right now on COD, and I'm ready to play whenever you ready to play, man.
oh yeah, don't you should have been told me, bro. I've
Yeah.
been on that shit.
These
I've
guys.
been playing so the Nuketown Christmas event. They have it's nighttime Christmas lights. They're doing it good for that. Those two games right now is like, and like the other games are really 2K. I don't know if people play 2K, but they have a season of giving, which they want your money, but they're giving you like free cards every
That's
day if
every
you log
game.
in. So I take the free shit. But yeah, those three games right now are like the holiday games I've been playing.
All right, all right. I see. For those who are tuning in, because they probably saw that he put Back for Blood. He forgot to erase that out the title.
No, I updated it.
He updated it. Okay, all
It might
right.
take a
Guys,
while
so
for
Back for Blood
that's
is. I'm like, we're not
yeah.
streaming Back for Blood, but we'll talk about it. It's
Yeah.
coming. Back for Blood is coming. We got some stuff to say about that game. So, Tim, what about you, man? What's been your favorite holiday event going on in games right now? Still in that Red Dead mood?
See, no, that's a funny thing. Like because of how Red did the Halloween pass did me, I kind of put that game down and haven't went back. And so, like, really for the holidays, I've just been playing the glitchy mess known as Cyberpunk. Like I have occasionally touched back to Ghost of Tsushima just because now they have a holiday pass where you can get like if you go through the nightmares, you can get different the different I guess festive costumes or unique gear. But other than that, I'll probably just be ping ponging between Cyberpunk and Ghost of Tsushima, man. That's about it. Like I guess if where I was thinking about doing the Grand Theft Auto thing, like this new island really isn't making it worthwhile for me to want to go back. So I'm not really tripping about it. Yeah, and I'm speaking to a game share that honestly isn't that bad.
He
Like that
doesn't want
game
to talk to you.
share,
He just started talking
yeah, the
shit and he's
game share.
left.
Look at it. It's just like really piercing into my soul. There,
Oh, we're
the
gonna say
game share
though.
was just the
Oh,
game
my
share
I think
was
he was
just
just trying to
sitting
show it
there
off.
with
He's
a
like, look at my game
reluctant
chat.
face.
my bad. I
But
had
yeah,
someone at the door.
cyberpunk, you say?
Had to go open the damn door. See, people were doing this with busy lives. People delivering
Hey,
Christmas
the
packages.
game chair held you down. It was giving me soft leer stares in my direction,
The
making me
last thing
know
I
that it
heard
supposedly was
was
a dream.
Cyberpunk. Since you weren't dealing with Red Dead, did I miss anything?
Yeah, like a whole 20 minutes of talking,
Yeah,
man.
Brian.
Oh man, I gotta. Are
He
you
was
done
like,
yet?
"Yeah, let
Are
me
you
let
finished?
me let me hear about the first thing that you said no to." But no, I was just saying like I've just been like ping ponging between Ghost of Tsushima and Cyberpunk. I know we are going to talk about that later, but I just wanted to break the rules in the fourth wall by saying, yeah, it's just been those two games, really, for real,
I was
for
gonna
real.
say, what is one of your favorite holiday events in the past?
It really was the Grand Theft Auto thing, like where they make it snow in Los Angeles. I always thought that was pretty dope because like it never would happen unless the apocalypse.
Let's see. Yeah.
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 When it comes to me, right now, what I've been doing, or Call of Duty hasn't had no damn winter event right now, except for the Nuketown map, I guess, if you call that much of an event. But other than that, Fortnite started their little thing event from today to I think like January 8th or
Fortnite
2nd.
lives off of events,
Yeah,
though.
man.
It's like when isn't there a concert? Fortnite
Mhm.
lives off everything other than killing. It lives off
Yeah, I'm really
like
sure that shouldn't even
building.
count.
It lives off concerts with rappers that have nothing to do with
Yeah,
like
I know.
FPSs or battle royale. And then it lives off like a cartoony style. It lives off everything than being a brutal battle royale. And you gotta acknowledge that, but also like
Yeah.
wonder like when is it gonna like fail?
I
Yeah.
gave up on hating on Fortnite, man. I'll just like my
Yeah,
son
you
goes
got to.
playing this shit. Let me just embrace it and fucking just play the game. You can have some fun if you're not trying to just pick at all the little things that you don't like about it. That's why I always buy the season pass because I'm just like I need to give myself a reason to keep going. Sometimes and even that little $10 be all I need. Like, all right, my son is level 30 something. Let me see if I can catch up or go past him and get a suit or a skin that's better than what he got. Or, sometimes I'll play the daddy card and go buy myself 25 levels and then be like, yeah, look at all the
Wow,
shit I
buy
got.
yourself
I,
25 levels.
look at
Listen
all
to
the
this
shit I got.
blasphemy.
You don't got this shit yet. If you want it, you got to spend your allowance.
No, you
So
gotta spend your time. But
spend
Shout
but
your
out
at the
to the
same
fucking
time,
people
allowance.
see,
watching
but that
us.
that
If
that
you
highlights
have
two good things.
a
I'm
special
sorry.
holiday event that's special to you, let us know in chat. We might like it too. But yeah, just chat, talk with us.
Yeah, guys, don't be afraid to join in. We answer
Well, I'm
all
gonna say two
questions.
good things about Fortnite. Since I don't want to like be so negative on it, is it is a really good tool in I guess connecting to like younger players and younger people because like the Fort say what you will about Fortnite, but like the developers and stuff, they take criticism with a grain of salt and will change that game at a
In
heel
an
turn to make it
instant,
better.
yeah.
Like
In
the
an
kids are like, "Hey, we want cats shooting laser beams." They'll be like, "You know what? We're gonna get Major Laser to sing you a song while you're doing this." And they will spin the bread. That and
It's
then the
funny. I
second
feel the
thing is
same. They
it's just like
embraced. They embraced
it's
it.
everything and like that since they use other games to make that game better. It's just I don't see that game really going anywhere because they're willing to say, okay, this doesn't work, all right, scrap it, we're just going to put out a new patch and start over new.
Yeah,
They
and
got
they have their
lucky,
next gen
man.
upgrade ready from day one.
Yeah, because those graphics they don't take a lot to upgrade. So you could play that on like your phone to your
Everywhere,
PS5, and it looks
everywhere.
the same.
Yep.
Crossplay is nothing to them.
No, yeah.
I think I did like a level in what's the game? Battlegrounds. What's the fucking other free for all game that started this all? Is still
POG, Pogue, Player
uh
Unknown,
yeah, play
Battlegrounds.
unknown, play unknown. Yeah, I was doing like a level or two in there on Stadia because Stadia gives you shout out Stadia gives you the free battle pass every few months. So I was able to play some of that, but didn't feel the same after playing like Call of Duty and Fortnite and shit. Like this PUBG don't feel the same no more. Like it's just like I guess I don't know for I don't want to
Bro,
say
I
the
remember
only
when
on that,
PUBG
but
It's
came
more
to
technical, I would
Xbox.
say.
yeah,
Way more technical.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So
game had its
No, I
moment.
mean, in Fortnite, you're
yeah.
building Bowser's castle around somebody to
Yo,
kill them. So I
I
don't
don't know. Yo.
know.
That's the thing about Fortnite, yo. My son is the builder. I just shoot. I told him, you protect us, I'll do all the shooting. But at times, even he's better than me at the fucking shooting and shit. So like, it's we even each other out. I got to start streaming a lot more of our matches together. And it's something I was playing that was legitimately had a snow that there was Dauntless. But Dauntless went and revamped. They revamped that game like a whole nother level and shit. So I can't even really talk much about it. 'Cause I'm relearning how to play Dauntless again. And what was there's probably something else I'm forgetting.
I
You
was
know,
gonna say, Assassin's Creed had a holiday
Oh
event.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was forgetting. I was doing those events. It's nothing too big to me because I'm like, this is not progressing the story, and there's too much in this game already for you to be adding all these fucking holiday events for me to be doing. So I only did like three of them, and I'm like, all right, I need to leave the town because this is wasting my time. It's way too much to do in Assassin's Creed right now. Way too much to fucking do. But
I'm trying to
that's
hold
every
out
Assassin's Creed.
on Assassin's Creed until I get my new Xbox because I want to see how that looks on that. So I'm like, I'm not gonna play no Assassin's Creed until I get the new Xbox.
Hey
I want to
Fred,
wait
it's
out for
cool,
them.
man. I'm waiting to pull the bow on that package on that present too. So yeah, Dre got to be in his own little box on his spoiler box, telling us, oh yeah, that's the time when you get the wolf. Like man, shut up,
About to make me spit
shut
my
your mouth.
beer out all over my computer, man.
I like that game though. I'm kind of surprised now more people are talking about it. Like, it's not gonna win Game of the Year, but I think it should be like maybe up there. I think it's like one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games for a
Well, I
while.
did nominate it as something that we should have made a Game of the Year nominee, but that's the past is the past, right? It'll be
Bro,
nominated in
in
other
hindsight,
categories.
the game of the year this year, if you're talking about PlayStation, would be Ghost of Tsushima. Anybody who says anything different, honestly, is not looking at
Yeah.
this year in retrospect. For all games, like all platforms though, like Xbox included, I don't know. To me, that's a little bit harder because the games that have came out that have been for all platforms
Mhm.
have varied this year. It's like Last of Us again, another PlayStation two. Oh, I'm sorry, PlayStation 4 exclusive. It's like where I would give that. It was like the game was really so divisive, and at the end of that game, I was like, dude, am I the villain? Am I the hero? I just was so torn. But like Ghost of Tsushima is like at any point in time, I was just like, yep, in the middle of this fight, let me go in and engage photo mode real quick because this is gonna be nice. It's just two
I don't
different
get yo.
tiers.
I just must not be one of those people because I can never like take a picture and shit. Like I never feel like I need to stop and take a picture of this shit. Like I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
It's
I mean, and I'm just asking, so because you are a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation player, do you ever go through your trophy pics? Like, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying? The picture where it takes a picture when you get the trophy?
nah, I never went through it. Never
Yeah,
went.
so that is what like really inspired me to start taking them. Is I started going through my trophies, and I was like, man, these pictures are taking up a lot of space. I started going through my pictures of when I get the trophies, and I was like, dude, this is some epic stuff. I've really been doing it. And then I was like, maybe I should do this with a little bit more vigor. Yeah, the word is vigor. Should do this with a little bit more vigor than like just wait until I get a trophy. And that started me on my path. I'm only sharing this story with you so hopefully you can find yours.
Maybe I don't know, man. It just I can't. It's like even when it comes to trophies, we had this conversation the other week. It's hard for me to actually go trophy hunting. Like it's very hard for me to trophy hunt. As me, everyone looks at me and they're like, "Yo, you got mad trophies." It's like when I go into GameStop and they're like, "Yo, you're a man that has hundreds of thousands of points. Like, you must have a lot of games to trade in. I was like, no, I just buy a lot of shit, And now that I'm digital all the time, you ain't gonna see those points going up no more because I'm fucking buying everything digital. But other than that, when it comes to trophies, people see me with a bunch of trophies. My trophy list could be way higher if I didn't buy on multiple platforms. But because I have multiple platforms, it's high, but it ain't as high as it can be. And that's not just because I'm not working on it, but it's only up there because of the amount of games I've played. People like, I don't go looking for trophies. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. When they show me, oh, you got a trophy, I just automatically block that out of my brain. I don't even pay attention to what trophy I got, unless it's a platinum. And I'm just like, how the hell did I get a platinum? I'm not even trying, because there's been a few games where I platinumed it and I'm like, I'm not even
The
trying.
overachiever here.
Yeah, I'm not even trying. Because I barely overachieve. I barely finish half my games. So it's like, how could I even be overachieving on this shit? But that's that, man. Maybe one day I'll be inspired. I know Mike loves to delve into his pitcher mode. I know he's doing a lot of it with Phoenix Rising and posting it all over Facebook and stuff on IGN's Facebook group and our Facebook group. And if you're not part of it, People Gamers Network, join up. Join up. We're a great group to be a part of, man. We're growing. 5 more people needed to get to 500. We just need 5 more people to get to
Nice.
500. I know it ain't as big as other groups, but it's getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. But let's get into the game talk now, because I guess that's what a lot of people want to start hearing. So, Tim, you hit me up. As much as I love having you on the show, and if I could have you like every week or every other week, that'd be great. But I know, had to get something off your chest if you hit me up and said, I need to come on and talk about Cyberpunk, man. So, let me hear. What's your thoughts on Cyberpunk? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, sorry. So starting with the ugly is okay. The game is glitchy, and in me playing it, it has crashed a numerous amount of times. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I was like not pushing the button, waiting for it to come back on. And to say that, like, I love walking around Night City. Like, of course, if I, saying with the PlayStation 5 or with a PC on steroids, it'd be more, I guess, Night City than I guess Night City is on base consoles. But walking around this is great. I feel like anybody who's just like, oh man, I can't play the bugs has never played any game with bugs before or a new launch that's like this, where they're honestly building a whole new world. There is no other city that they could have built this off of, or technology, or even game they could scale this from. So for them to make this and it to be brought to us, I don't care how many years or how many times that it got canceled, we have it now. And now is the time where we can tell them, hey, this is what we want. This is what will make this game great. One of the things that I'm waiting to see that I hope they make is since you can buy all these cars, once they institute racing in this game, I feel like it's going to take it to a whole new level.
Yeah, with multiplayer, maybe that's gonna be one of those features that they add with it.
Multiplayer. See, and that's okay. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to take the gavel right back from you, but
Not
like
all
multiplayer for
you.
this game, I'm really not looking forward to
Yeah,
that
I don't think it's
because this
needed.
more. It's not neat. This the game, the place, the story, the setting is all like player driven. I wouldn't want to be walking down the street and then like somebody else is in this world. It kind of breaks immersion for me.
Just to play devil's advocate, I would probably say the same thing with Ghost. If you told me, do I need multiplayer on Ghost? I'm like, no, I don't need. So I'll be curious to see what they do with the multiplayer. If they make it unique that fits Cyberpunk, then I would have to see that. But if they make it like some kind of like generic,
Like
boring ass
watchdog
shit,
shit where you just jump into somebody's game and try and fuck with that as what they're trying to do.
yeah, I think that would be a
because
waste of time.
because I mean I feel like there's so many cities like I mean sorry so many stories like in what I'm going through now. There's so many stories that this city can tell that there really is. There's content there. There's so much that can happen. That now that we have the medium, now comes the time for them to fill it with what makes it interesting. And so, and I say this in like the game that I could say this kind of is reminiscent of, but of course I'm not trying to at all like compare, is Deus Ex. Like Deus Ex, mankind was it
Man evolved.
mankind evolved, like that, which is one of the things that I kind of like. They kind of bring it up with was it psychosis or whatever, but it's just like, where do you stop becoming a man and then become a machine? And if you are a machine, do you say, are you still a sentient being? Is these type of existential themes that they bring up that really makes it, to me, cyberpunk. But this is just really, this game right now in its current state is base level, because they only talk about you being able to get these augments, but you'll be able to get these augments, it really does change your life. And but it's just, I like now they're like, you know what I'm saying, because even though Deus Ex had a cityscape, it was very linear. This, you're able to walk around the city and get into different things that's happening. And I really like that it takes that from, I want to say it kind of takes that from it, but it's just, I love the futuristic setting. If we can get third person, that would be great. But in seeing this, in this, how this game is now, I feel like it has so much room, so much potential. Whereas if you were to really ask me what was the worst game to come out in the last 2 years, I would say Anthem is still the ass turds to this.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I love
Really? You
it.
In
think
I still
Anthem was
like
that
comparison,
it,
bad?
in
but
comparison, Anthem is still way worse than this
I think I
game.
like
Like
Anthem more than
Anthem is,
Marvel's Avengers.
I knew someone had to bring
yeah, I
it
mean
up.
that's what I'm saying. Marvel's Avengers was like kind of hyped up, but after I saw that they wasn't using the movie
Yeah,
characters
that was
because of
my first
trademarking
turnoff.
rights, that kind of like made me. That was just like, they gave me more. I was just more lenient. I was like, they're not using Robert Downey Jr. I'm just more lenient than if they were.
Yeah,
If they were using the real
yeah.
like
I think way
people,
more
I
people
would have
bought
been
into
like, this game better be the
it.
best. But since they're using like mock-ups of who
Well,
they
they
think
used Troy
Thor would look like,
Baker.
I was just like,
They thought
yeah.
using Troy Baker was gonna be like, hey, let's bring him out when we showing off the game, like because
I
everyone knows Troy Baker. You
Yeah.
know,
What about Death Stranding?
If
I know that
like
was a
I said,
couple of years
after
ago.
I saw them using,
I said, what
huh?
about Death
I'm sorry,
Stranding?
what'd you say,
Because
Rudy?
man, when that game came out and people realized what type of game that was, a lot of people didn't like it.
mhm.
This is true, but at the same time, it still is a
It was still
solid
a great
game. Like
game.
Death Stranding, because I mean, it's. But this is the thing: we're getting into more with these video games, with the more depth that we're given. We're getting more cerebral games, more games where you got to think about what you're doing, and it's just not about mindless killing
Hmm.
or mindless building. You're either trying to learn what I'm saying, trying to figure out this world, or trying to give this sprite that you're playing personality. And that is where we're going with this. I mean, or that's where I
Yeah,
would like to
it's
see,
funny that
I'm
you bring
saying,
that
move
up
with this.
because now you just made me think about how Call of Duty is always the number one selling game of the year, and that just proves it right there. It's like as soon as people see something new, that it's like, this is this is too different than what I'm used to. But as soon as a Call of Duty game comes out, everyone buys it.
All I gotta do
You
is
know, yeah,
point, shoot,
point,
It was
shoot,
kill,
and
funny
kill,
too
point, shoot,
because
and
kill.
don't think
Maybe
it.
pick up some intel.
Mhm.
Maybe, what I'm saying, do this and that. But it's not really like, and that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things that I like um about what is that, cyberpunk, is like after you finish a mission, you start to explore, and then you see, oh man, I could have just used this window here to get
Mhm.
in. Then I wouldn't have to kill like
Yep.
five people. Huh? Next time,
Yeah, yeah.
next
It's funny
next
because I
time, you
found that
guys
out
might
with one
live.
mission I was doing, and like the door was locked. If I had a certain skill, I was able to break down the door. But I said, this is cyberpunk. There got to be another way inside this building. So I climbed some ladders. Next thing you know, there's a roof and there's a glass you could break through on the roof and get in silently instead of alerting any alarms. And I used my abilities to turn off all the cameras in the hallway. I was able to sneak in, steal the thing I needed to steal, and get out of there. Like, and I was like, man, imagine if I would have went through the front door, I would have had a bunch of men to go and shoot through, and this would have been a whole completely different story, you know.
And then
I
you're back, and it's like you do this mission, then you're just back on the street. You call
Hmm.
up your car and you go driving off, and you're like, man, what the hell, Night City? You know, this is what you have to offer. It's just like, and then I mean, one of the biggest things for me in this game was just you know where this game, like, you know, games this year have had epic beginnings. Cyberpunk was the first one where I was playing, like, depending on how you play this game, you might not see the beginning credits or make it to the real beginning of the game for days, for days, unless you really follow the
Yeah,
beginning missions. If you sit there and like, oh, I'm gonna dick around with the missions, and then like one or two of the missions, but then I'm gonna just do the side missions. You will honestly, you it could be 3 days, and then you get to
yeah,
the
that happened with me.
cyberpunk
It's a
intro,
logo.
and you're like, wow,
Yeah,
I didn't even start the game yet. Oh
yeah,
my god!
yeah. That I
Oh
had
my
that same
god!
feeling. I had that same
Like
feeling when
five
that happened.
crashes later, and I'm still not even bit into the pie. It's like, it's just, that's one of the things to me that made this, like, I was just like, really, I didn't buy this game right now for the hype. I bought it for the story, and the story
Yeah,
is got me hooked. I'm hooked. I'm about
I
to
love a
start
game with a
wiggling out
good
of the water,
story.
get taken into the boat.
Love a game with a good story. That's all I need, man.
Like, I want to play. I want to play Assassin's Creed, but like Freddie, I'm gonna wait till I get a next gen console just to do it right. Even because, you know what I'm saying, you hear good things and bad, but I just want to, like, since I've seen, you know, what I can see on the PlayStation 4, and I'm very appreciative. I want to see what the next generation has to provide, and I'm willing to be patient for that.
All right.
I was reading that I think they said that the next update for the PS5 version and Xbox, they were kind of hinting that it might be a little earlier than they planned. So I think
Mm.
if they release that earlier, I think
I
that
mean,
people would
great.
start.
Now that they said that, though, I kind of slowed down on playing because I'm like, I don't want to finish the game before I see these next gen updates. You know, like because
I
I
mean,
know
there's
what
always new Game Plus, man.
I
There's always
barely
new
do
Game
that.
Plus, baby.
The only game that ever made me do that was fucking Mass Effect. That's the only game I could
Well,
go and
strap
play
yourself
over
in. Well,
and over
go
again.
on and nuke your Tostinos and strap yourself in your chair, because you're going to be playing some new Game Plus. It's
I was
happening.
man. I don't know.
Honestly, I wish that I could cross save my profile to like different systems because
Woo.
I would love to take my Stadia and move it to Xbox because I love my chick. Like I think she's a beast, and I
Nothing
don't
but
want to
the
start over
caviar
again.
for this guy. Drink your
So
champagne. You want to cross save your game while you're drinking your champagne with your pinky in the air.
well, I'm drinking beer now, but yeah, I do. Fuck that. It's fucking 2020.
Hey,
How are we not doing this yet?
I ain't mad
Every
at you,
game
man.
should
Hey,
have
you got to
cross
speak
save
it
by
into
now.
it. You got to speak it into existence, man. We're supposed to have some powers right now.
Some
So,
Destiny does it. I can play my same file on Stadia, Xbox, PS5, all of it. So
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. At this point, Destiny has to do that,
yeah,
that's nothing against Destiny, but when you think about it, like, for Destiny really to still be around as long as it has been, like against COD, Battlefield, and other stuff, and other things like that, like, you got to give them some props
Yeah,
because
I'm
they
still
got
playing
you
Destiny.
doing.
That's what I forgot to talk about. That's the holiday event I've been playing all weekend. Destiny. Like I've been baking, fucking making presents and shit, and baking goods to give to characters and shit while doing my main story missions. You know, Destiny 2. Like for some reason, that's the one game that keeps me coming back for more. That and ESO. Like those two
Destiny is
games,
just
man.
Fortnite. I think they got you all tricked. It's the same fucking
Man,
game.
Destiny took what Halo had and stole it and ran with it.
Yeah.
And built the house and didn't allow Halo to come in. I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah,
man.
Halo, we took what you got. But you can't claim it no more because it's just like the thing. Like, think what Bungie has done with like Destiny really has. I want to call it a phoenix, but it kind of technically has never died. It's just kind of like limped around, got the
Mhm.
cast on his leg. Now it's running around. He's like, man, what is this? Destiny is just like, yeah, man, I'm back
Remember
healthy.
when Destiny
They
came out?
believed
How
in
much
me.
shit people were talking about it, like the bugs, the same boring
So,
stuff.
but at the
It's just
same
funny
time,
that people
people
forget that other
that
games are buggy. It's only
that
Cyberpunk.
raid that they had for that I don't even play Destiny. But they raid they had for that parka, I was about to take part. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I've not played this game in
I'm one of
6
those
years,
guys
but
that can't
let's
do
fire
raids.
it up.
Raids take way too long. I
They
think
do.
they
They do.
take
You're
way too
honestly like
long, man.
you're questionably insane if you think you can just pick up that game right now and be like, ah, I'm ready for the raid. You're
Yeah.
insane. But at the same time, they are able to make this game interesting enough to where I'm just like, yep, man, let's go on and do it. Come on, Destiny. Let's
I don't know.
figure it out.
Destiny never hooked me. I don't know what it is. I think because it reminds me too much of Halo, like he was like hinting at, like it's like Halo-ish. And it's just like I rather just play fucking Halo. I'd rather just play something else. It's just
Wait,
not.
Crucible never hooked you? I don't
Nah, it's
know,
just like
man. It was
Yeah.
pretty
it's not just
interesting.
a
Yeah,
game I
man.
like. I don't know, a game now I'm like, listen, I don't want to play Destiny. I rather just play Warzone, Black Ops, fucking anything. I just don't like Destiny. I think it's just the same game. Honestly, from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, is it that crazy of a difference?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
Destiny
don't
It's like
think it
One,
is.
I
loadouts,
stopped
everything. It's
playing
it's it's a big,
Honeypack.
it's a leap.
Yeah,
It's a
it's like
leap. In my
Destiny
opinion,
One.
it's
I
a
only
leap.
played for the DLCs. I'll just play the story. I didn't care about doing nothing else in Destiny One, but making sure I was complete with the story by time Part Two came out, and
I mean,
that's
there's
it.
a lot of lore in there, man. I like
Yeah,
that's the one thing that like Destiny has definitely done is like the lore and like how deep you can get into that game. They've really they've created a world.
yeah. And welcome to anybody who's just joining us, guys. We're talking some games here, Destiny, Cyberpunk, other stuff to come up. You guys have any comments? Make sure you drop them. Like, join the conversation. Don't be shy. We don't like shy
'Cause
people. You know.
I was
Dre,
like, when I
let the
was like
people
willing to
know.
go. I'm sorry.
I said, Dre, let the people know what the premise of this podcast is.
So yes, drinking a game, guys, is where we just chill out and talk games, and we preferably like it if you're here with a drink in your hand. Unfortunately, Tim don't got one today, but we're gonna pretend. So like, you
We're
guys can
gonna pretend.
talk shit, like join in, like if you guys even want to join us at some point, ask for a link to join our chat. We'll even let you join in here and join the chat and talk about some game you want to talk about, or argue with us about some fucking game that we might be talking shit about, so I don't mind. But Tim,
Break them
before
off,
we move
Drake.
on to the next
Break them
game,
off.
I want to know, like, is there something that time you played with Cyberpunk, what's been the most memorable thing that's happened to you so far?
That's not a glitch. That's not a glitch.
Well, you could give us a glitch and you could give us like gameplay. You could give us a glitch, or you could give us something in the story, or that's not too spoilery.
I know. I'm trying to think. I like really. I would say just well, one two things. One where I knew I was in like a different city is I was walking and I heard like this guy yelling like, "Ah!" And then all of a sudden like I heard a splat and I turned around and then like a guy just jumped out of a window
See,
and
right
like
there, I
landed
would
on
be
the guy
like, is that a glitch or is that
and I was
supposed to
like,
happen?
exactly. I was just like, man, if this is not supposed to happen, that's pretty grim. But if it is supposed to happen, then this is pretty wild. Like, what's
Yeah,
happening in Night City? What
yeah,
happened? What happened to this guy?
right.
He's I don't know who he is, but I kind of want to know his story. That it just made me it just made me interested in I mean interested in the city more. And then like after that, because like I was just trying to like look at this game like, oh, okay, so this could be like The Witcher 3. And so playing it, I found it advantageous to go through with the sword and just like, you know what I'm saying, slice people to shreds. But
Yeah.
like one of the greatest things that I've learned in this game is like this game and others that have like hacking terminals or a hacking mode where you gotta kind of like Bioshock where you got that hacking mini game
Yeah.
to get through things. It's like it's funny how like games have that type of stuff latent in it, and you're able to pick it up, and it really is an esoteric language because like how am I supposed to know how to hack in this world when in all honesty, I can't hack in this in the world I'm living in. And it's just I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I'm saying I really like this game. And I couldn't even even playing Far Cry. I couldn't put a Far Cry in this category because
Mm-mm.
Far Cry you really can do anything you want. Where this game, like I wouldn't kill even though I'm in the city, I wouldn't kill a pedestrian because the cops are relentless and they
Yeah.
don't care.
How many stars did you
Oh
get up to?
man,
I got
I
up to
want
four
to tell a
stars.
story about that. I
I've
need to.
gotten up to 2 stars, and
Oh
I
yeah,
was just
you.
like,
Oh,
afterwards, I shut the afterwards I cut the game off and was like, that's enough of that.
yo, I was mad actually after I got killed by the cops because I didn't know that you have to load your save game again.
Yeah,
Like it's not like
and
Grand Theft
that
Auto where you just come back to life. And I went to like 4 stars because I got the shit in my hand. I got the blades in my hands now.
nice
So
Mantis
I'm like
Blades.
they're slicing up limbs on these fucking cops, yo. And I'm like, yo, come at me. But I'm in the middle of a regular mission and I just ran over some regular people by mistake. And I'm in this
Yeah,
corner. Yep, and I fucking threw a bunch of grenades and the cops blowing up. But then little did I know that the buildings have security. If you go up to like 4 stars, the sentry guns start coming down from the roof
yes,
and start
yes.
shooting at you. And I'm like jumping and hacking those shits and everything. And then they got drones that come after you and shit and robots. I was like, what?
And they're hard to kill.
Yeah,
They're
the
real, and that's
drones.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like when people say it's like Grand Theft Auto. I was like, no,
Nah.
no, it isn't. I'm not. I'm
No.
way more reckless in Grand Theft Auto. Where
Mm-hmm.
this, like, I respect this as the city that it is, but also it's just like in like with permit, like as you brought up, permadeath in this game works only because you get to a point where you have these augments, but there is no game over, try again. There's only game over.
Yeah.
And like what I like about the game so far where I'm at because I've been stuck a day, well really the last day and a half at um on the mission Automatic Love, and I just downloaded the patch, and that made it so I guess I could do the mission again. I just had to do another mission, and I was
Okay,
able
that
to
was
go
one
back.
of those missions that were like one of those glitch missions, right?
Yeah,
Like,
where like it'll just you just won't be able to go into Moxie's and talk to her. So I was able to do that mission, and like and that's another thing that I like about this game is even if that game was because I was thinking about man if this game is if this mission is glitched, do I restart? And I was like no because I would just there's so much other stuff to do in this game that even if it stopped at that mission, I would still have extra missions to do. You'll still be able to do other things. And I don't know, like I really like this game. I feel like what they're gonna do, like, and I say this, and I was a day one purchaser of No Man's Sky, and I had
me
gotten
too.
to a point where I had enough money. I had a nice ship. You know what I'm saying? I had enough money. I had been to a couple of planets. I was like, ah, this is it. This is everything. And then when they started dropping the new content, dropping ship classes and different other different things, it made the game exponentially better to where I'm glad that I just held the media. So when I guess we caught up to each other, it was just a great playing experience, and I feel like the same is going to be with this.
Just
Whereas
wait
there's
till you play it
games,
on next gen. Wait till you
yeah,
play
like
I
on
know. I
Sky.
can't wait for that, man.
I think that that's going to be really next gen is going to be the difference because other than a few games like Watch Dogs, Battlefield, I would say Deus Ex and things like that. There's been really not too many games that's shown me next gen. I
Mhm.
mean,
No Man's
where I
Sky
guess
does.
where next gen right now is. the loading times where from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, or Xbox 360 to Xbox X, or I'm sorry, Xbox, was it Xbox
One
One?
X, one X.
It was them being able to put the depth into the world, and now it's us being able to get the load times down to
Yep.
zero and still keep that depth.
One thing that I like to say about side missions is that so I two questions. One is what love interest are you going for? Because I know it's Judy and there's Pan Am
I
as like
haven't
the
gotten that far.
okay, you're not
Okay.
that. All right, well I guess when we get
Well,
there
yeah.
when we get
So,
there.
well, I mean, that's not spoiling anything because
No,
there's
it's
only
vague as
three.
fuck.
But I mean, Judy's kind of out of the question for me because I'm playing with a male, and she's attracted to more feminine characters, whereas like the only people we could go after is Pan Am, and then the other guy who was in Johnny's band with him. And really, I don't know. It really depends on the question. What happens when I get to him? Because that's another thing that I like about this game is no matter what you do, depending on the choices you make, is how you get to from point A to point C.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I end up with a guy, if I end up with Pan Am, I mean, it's a video game.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
video
video
game, so
game,
I'm
man.
not
Like
like
it's not
rooting
just
for a virtual
experiment.
penis that I don't have. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where this
I don't
story
know why. I don't
goes.
want any kind of penis in me, virtual or not virtual.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's in the game. It's in the game. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't know the path you take to where Pan Am's like, let me take your whatever clothes off, and then I don't know where you get to the guy, and he's just like, yeah, I don't know, I don't know. All I'm saying is those are like, if you're the guy, you have Pan Am, which is kind of bogus because you're like, it's still as the guy, like, unless you're like a guy who's open minded, you still only have you're like, or you're if you're a cis chick, you have nothing at all.
No
If you're a
option.
cis chick, you have nothing. But then if you're like, okay, I'll mess with Junie, then like, you know what I'm saying? The chick, she's got it. Then if you're a guy, you have Pan Am, which is, I guess, fulfills whatever that is. Or you got the guy. So it's just like, I like that. I like that this game is giving you everything, but they still are like repressive in some places. I don't know. Like
I mean, it's nice that they have like the
in a world where I can pick my penis size, I don't feel like who I fall in love with should be like, those choices should be off the table. But
Yeah,
whatever.
true, but it's
it's all
pretty
good.
cool that they have a character that has an opinion of what they want instead of most games where they're like you're the main character, that's all that matters. Like for Judy,
Yeah,
like you said, if you're a man, she's like we could be cool, but I don't want you. So I think that's pretty cool that they
that's
gave
pretty dope.
her her own like characters.
Her own personality.
Um, yeah, personality.
Mm-mm.
So I think that's pretty dope.
All right, so we've been on Cyberpunk for about 40 minutes now. Well, then we did dip and dodge here and there and stuff. So, like,
In bed.
we could talk about. So, there's a game me and Fred been playing. Well, two games we've been playing. I'm gonna start off with the small one that came out earlier. And the other one is an alpha. So, we're gonna get into that. But Monster Train. And so this is like a roguelike card game, kind of like damn, what's that other game that
Slay the
card?
Spear.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I was playing through that, but this one is actually more strategic to me and actually a little more funner. And I like the way it makes me think about my next move and what card I gotta play. Now you know me, I buy like every card game that's out there. I'm addicted to card games, Yu-Gi-Oh, poker games, anything like all of that shit. Gwent.
Hey, we all got hobbies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my wife doesn't fail to remind me about my hobbies. Like you're not like everybody who gets to sit here all day and play their hobby, but but anyway, that's the story for
You
another.
probably take too many showers, man. Stop taking enough showers. You'll have all the time you need.
Oh man, I don't have nothing close to the amount of time I need to get through fucking games. Like I be considering quitting my job every fucking day. Yo,
Oh dang! Listen to this guy.
that's how bad it is. Oh man, who's that? Who got a drink and they ready? Give me a name. If you're talking on Facebook, then we can't see your name. But tell us who you are and what you drinking. I'm glad someone's grabbing a drink. I'm gonna assume is Kioma, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But so Monster Train. So I like this game. I only got to play like 2 levels of it, but I'm still liking it. I said, let me put a play something that I've been meaning to play in a long time, and I was gonna buy it on Steam until I saw it's on Game Pass, and luckily I caught that. I was like, yes, on Game Pass, and Microsoft doing their thing, giving the people what they want. Like you can't knock Microsoft for fucking getting all these great games and shit, and then people
How
still
much I
find,
pay for gold? You can.
you know,
how much? How much I
He's
pay for
drinking
gold? You
Bacardi and
can't
Coke.
knock them. They better bring. They better be bringing y'all this stuff,
yeah,
treating
man,
you right,
I love it.
guys.
Bacardi and Coke. That's a good choice. Don't worry, I'll be drinking that shit too. Well, not have to be Bacardi, but It'll be what other liquor I drink. But man, there's not a lot of things that I don't drink together. So I can't even say that I haven't had Bacardi and Coke and Dre drinks. Like if anybody wants to party with me, like just ask me one day. Just let me know you wanna go out and chill. But Tim knows. Tim, I'm always.
Hey, I do
We only
know,
got
but
to do
you
it
know
like
me.
twice.
What I drink is depending on how much money in my pocket. I'll mix it with kerosene. I'll mix it with kerosene if it'll get me drunk, and I don't got to spend too much.
Oh
I
man.
mean, I really won't because that'll kill me, and I want to live. But I'm just saying, Bacardi and Coke ain't bad.
Nah,
Yes.
it's good.
And also Monster Hunter, Monster Train isn't bad either. So like I said, strategy that goes into this game. The cards that you get to pick, like you get magic cards, you get monster cards. They got like boss battles at the end of every level and shit like that. So but like I said, I only got to play 2 levels. Fred, I know you just told me like this is the game you wanted to talk about also. And I'm like, damn, that's the game I was bringing too.
I know.
But so like you probably play more than me. So
Yeah, I
like
got up to the first boss and he fucked me up.
he
I
must,
cause
I beat him. I beat
wait, the
that
guy
motherfucker.
that the fairy guy?
Oh no! Oh, I thought you were talking about the knight on the first
No,
train that night.
like the first main boss. They're like, this is the
Okay.
guy to get to the next point. He fucked me up. I wasn't expecting it because I was going through them pretty easy. I'm like, yo, I play these type of games. I know what to do. I know what cards to pick. And the fact that, so in this game, there's levers to
Hold on,
each.
pause real quick while we're on card games. If you guys are listening, you have a favorite card game you like to play, drop it in the comments. I want to know what's the best card games that people are playing right
And
now.
it could be
In
old
case you
school, like
say.
spades,
Yeah, you could be that. It don't
goldfish.
even got to be game related. I'd rather it be game related, but if it's not, it's all cool. Like, just let us know what card
Okay,
game you got
spades
to
don't
play.
count.
I
I'm just joking.
know. Like,
Uno,
Uno.
there you go.
I played that on Stadia. I use a spade.
See, I know my audience. Spades.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
yo, Uno definitely counts.
yeah,
Uno is
Uno is
competitive.
on Ubisoft. So like I'm playing Uno on Stadia right now with my wife. We playing
you,
some Uno on
you say
there.
you playing what's that game you told me to get on with your wife? Oh God, Family Feud. Is it Family
Oh,
Feud?
Family Feud, yeah, we're
Yeah,
playing that on Stadia also. Like that's a good game to play, man. You can play online too. Like we
I
could be
got my wife
officially
one of those free
online.
Stadia shit that they're just giving out to everybody.
Oh
So she
yeah,
has one, so I'm down
yeah.
to play.
That's yeah. Tim, you got a Stadia? You don't got a Stadia?
No,
But they're
no.
quickly they're
But I
giving them
want to
away for
say
free,
the
basically,
funny
man.
thing about it is, I do not have Stadia, but I was thinking about getting the Xbox like Game Pass,
Game
that the
Pass.
Xbox Cloud thing,
Yeah.
because like I saw that out in the wild, and I was breathtaking. I was just like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh! Like the guy just pulled out like his controller and was playing
Yep.
Xbox
I
quality
got it too.
on his phone. I was just like,
This
man,
I
this
got this
is
little control attachment and puts it on my phone when I go out
yeah.
and I can play
I
like that.
was I was take I was taken aback. He was like, "Yeah, this is the best." was a Christmas present I've gotten so far. I was like, it seems like that's the only
Yeah, man.
Christmas present you
Game
need.
Pass is one of the greatest creations ever, man.
It's
I'm
pretty
telling
dope.
you, man. Cloud
So
gaming
I don't
is
know. Like,
the
if I got to pick between Stadia and that,
nah.
I'm gonna
Go
have to.
Game
I'm gonna have to go
Pass.
to
No,
Game
some of you
it's
guys'
Game
old
Pass
videos to make a decision because Stadia looks great,
Nah, go to
but
Game Pass. Stadia is great because you can get your 4K anywhere and shit. Depending on your internet connection, you could get 4K anywhere. But
mm,
Game Pass is like those games are interchange. I'll sell you this though, but Stadia gives you the most free games a month. You could get like 6, 7 free games every
and
month.
new shit too, not like
Yeah,
old shit too.
yeah,
I like Stadia. I would have to say Game Pass for sure though, just
yeah.
because you knowing in the future you're gonna get all these day one games, and that's the thing
Mhm.
that
and it's
is
only
gonna beat.
$15. It's like
Yeah,
$15 a month. That ain't bad, man.
Can't
That is
argue
not like
that.
you pay for the controller or whatever you use, and then like you're walking around with $1,000 or $800 phone anyway.
Mhm.
$15, and you can play these Xbox games anywhere. I don't know, man. It was very tempting to say the least.
for
Very,
sure.
like for
People
the
out
holiday
there, what's your
season, I think
favorite
that's one of the
Game Pass
best
game?
gifts.
Let us know.
Yeah. Anybody on
I
Game
think
Pass
it's
here? I don't know. If
it
anybody else
looks pretty
playing something
nice.
on Game Pass, you want to know what you playing on Game Pass right now if you got Game Pass. If you got Stadia, tell us what you playing on Stadia, you know. Or
But
what games you guys playing in general. But if you're
yeah,
playing on Game Pass, we want to know your favorite Game Pass games right now, guys. So,
I was tempted to download Forza again just for that Cyberpunk car. But I'm
Mhm.
oh,
like,
I
yo,
got it. I
you got
got
it?
it.
Is it dope? Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
but I only played for like 10 minutes and then I
yeah,
was like, okay,
I didn't
back
want to waste
to
my space.
newer
I'm like,
games.
I don't know if I want to
Word,
download
look
this
at this
whole.
guy. He downloaded it. There was a 4 hour download just to
Yeah, I'm
play
like,
it
I
for
don't want to
10
download
minutes.
4 hours.
Now I already had it on my hard drive on
Oh,
my
you already had it.
external. Remember, I
Oh,
got a
okay.
4 terabyte external with a bunch of games on it. So,
All right, excuse us. Excuse
you
us.
know,
Yeah, yeah, word. This is he heard us talking about cyberpunk penises. He's like, nah, this is the time to whip mine out. The
excellence, no
Stadia.
excuses. Excellence, no excuses.
You're
Shout out
right. You're right.
Dan.
Don't
Shout out to
see,
my
and that's
boy
I gotta
Dan Cat.
say.
Just came in
Well,
the mail today.
so with that with that hard drive, are you able to connect that to your next gen system?
Yeah,
And
but
it'd be
Xbox they made it simple. No, Xbox actually no. Xbox didn't make it simple. Xbox had to buy that 2 terabyte thing. My bad. But I no, but I'm also able to add my hard drive to it. So my hard drive is plugged in plus my 2 terabyte thing for my Series X games, so I can make sure they download faster and still play the same and everything. But for all my other games, I still have my Series X. So I got two things plugged in right now. So I got it's like 6 terabytes plugged into it right now between my regular hard drive with all my other games and whatever I just plugged into the new Series X memory card that I plugged up in that shit. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
definitely
went.
gonna have to buy a PS5 storage thing
Yeah,
because
because I have to keep deleting games. Thank God I got the hard drive for the external drive for my PS4 games, so I don't got to put that on my PS5. But still, getting Warzone on my fucking PS5 has been a hassle. I had to delete Demon Souls to fucking
oh
get
man,
Warzone on my fucking
what was
PS5.
that, like 200 gigs or
It's
something
like
like
that's
that?
112
ridiculous,
gigs,
man.
like for Demon Souls, but the fucking Warzone, yeah, altogether is like 200 gigs. Warzone
Because yeah,
between the
if you have
PS4 stuff,
That
Warzone
is
and Cold War,
insane,
yeah,
bro. Like this, like
230
what?
gigs.
Like 200 gigs. Like this. What is this game doing? Cell folding now
Yeah,
in the background.
and like I
it's
said, it's
only getting
only because
bigger
I'm into my
every
Game
fucking
Pass, right?
update.
I mean
It's getting bigger.
my season pass, yeah. And they didn't even put out the PS5 version of Warzone yet. So that's what's crazy. Like the PS5 version of Warzone is supposed to be a smaller file, and so they need to hurry up and do that so I can delete the fucking PS4 version of this shit and just put the PS5 version and have more space on my shit. But Freddie, back to Monster Train. Like,
Yeah, we
Sorry,
well,
got
man.
distracted as fuck.
uh,
So it's not really like I'm sure it's not a game for everybody. It's a card game, like Dre was saying. Uh, I enjoy it. I think it's a game that you can play with music in the background, just chilling. So I like that type of game. So the cool thing about this game is that there's levers. So you're on a train, and I think you're going from like purgatory to like hell. I think that's the whole point, the premise of it.
Yeah, I know there's like
Nice.
angels and
Yeah,
demons.
and that's the funny thing. You're the demon, so angels are
Yeah.
trying to attack you and kill you. So you're like the bad guy or the good guy, I guess, whatever. Um, and there's levers to the train, and the top there's three levers. The top of the train is your hearts, so you don't want them to hit that point. So you have to put people on each lever, and you got to stop people from going up and up.
Hmm.
So it's a lot difficult than I thought it was gonna be. I play these
Yeah.
games a lot, but honestly, like I kind of want to keep playing it. It's a game that I think's been out for a while now, but it just came to Game Pass,
Yeah.
and
It's been out for a while.
yeah, I enjoy it. And honestly, like because of Game Pass, I'm getting a chance to play it. It's a dope game though. I like it. Definitely one of those games to play if you have like 5 minutes, 15 minutes to kill.
Yeah.
It definitely
While
do the
the
job.
wife is getting dressed and she tells us 5 minutes, and 5 minutes means 45 to an hour,
It's the
then
same thing, bro. Like every time.
Hey, yo, you saying this on your own, man? I ain't saying nothing about the wife. You be throwing that out there. She know I
yeah.
sleep and eat, man.
I'm
I
pretty
can't be
sure my
saying.
wife's about to text me or some shit,
Bro, I
So,
take care of everything. I'm like, yo, all you have to do is get dressed. I'll walk the dogs. I throw the trash out. I lock the doors. I do everything, and she's still not done. I'm like, what are you
that's it's the way
doing?
of the
So then
woman.
that's when you pull out some demon train and get busy.
Yeah, this is the way. This is the way. So like after that last game, we had to talk about, you know, who's that celebrating there? That, that that has to be a lady. Has to be a lady out there, or it's a guy praising our words.
Yeah, it's Benjamin. Ben.
Ben. Oh, all right, Ben. Thanks for
He knows how it is.
I hope your woman isn't in the chat with you. So you don't get it. But
Praise.
so me and Fred, you guys, if you haven't checked it out already, check our Twitch, YouTube, or even on our Facebook page. You might have seen us playing the Back for Blood Alpha. Back for Blood, the next Left for Dead game, guys. Like we've all been waiting. I've never met a person in my life that does not like Left for Dead if you play Left for Dead. And fucking Tim, I know you play Left for Dead because me
Yeah,
and you used to go in on conversations on Left for Dead and
it
fucking
was pretty dope. It was pretty
yeah,
dope.
man. And then so it's no longer with Valve, and so thank God because we would have never saw this. And so it has to come back at a new name. So Back for Blood. So I'll give my impressions to Fred and Tim. If you got any questions, because I don't know if you got to play the alpha. Did you get? I'm assuming you didn't get a chance to play the alpha, right?
Nah, man. I'm not that fortunate, but I'm listening though. I got questions though, so
Yeah.
I'll be
So
I'll be keenly staring from
all
this
right. So for
this
anybody that's
position.
been wondering, Back for Blood is your next Left for Dead. This is Left for Dead 3, all in all, with a lot of improvements and a lot more shit coming your way because this is next gen, baby. Like, well, we didn't play it on next gen, we played it through Steam, but still, this is like next level Left for Dead. Way more zombies on screen. You know what they did with World War Z. But except here, that it actually every shot I feel matters in this game. Like you want to hit every fucking zombie in their fucking head in this fucking game because and this game don't play around. Even on the normal mode, they bring like the big guys at you constantly. Like that guy that has like the bulge on his shoulder. You gotta like he looks like that Resident Evil character, that boss with the eye on his shoulder. And then they bring him out a lot. Then they got the big guy that vomits on you and attracts zombies to you. They got instead of having like the witch that calls the zombies, now if you disturb ravens, they make fucking or crows. Is it raven or crows?
Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens, right? Yes. The trailer looks dope, and playing the game is even doper. Promise you. And like so, like you disturb those ravens, those crows, and they fucking call mad zombies, and God knows we've been put into some shit because of those things. And at first, when I started playing, they were attracted to me because I used to get these shits called on us all the time, and
Yeah.
I started learning where they were at. And then Freddie got these shits coming on us all
At
the
the end,
fucking
the
time.
beginning was Dre, and at the end it was me. I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
you know. And then like they got these mini bosses in the no, it was alpha. It just ended yesterday. unfortunately. Like it was, we got invited. I got an invite code, and if you were happen to just go on the WB website, you could sign up for the alpha. I'm pretty sure the beta is going to be open up to a few
Yeah,
people,
for sure.
and I'm pretty sure Steam is going to have an early access. If I could put my life on it, I probably bet Steam is going to get early access, and we'll probably just got to pay like $20 for early access, even though the game is showing for 60 on PS5 right now. I haven't checked to see if it's going to be on Xbox, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Xbox too. But this game is Left 4 Dead through and through. Weapons are great. One thing I wish they could get better with is ammo placement. Hopefully that's something they work with, because all over the place is shotgun ammo, and
And
nobody has
pistols
a
and
fucking shotgun.
snipers.
Like nobody has a shotgun. I never once through our whole playthrough found a shotgun, but yet there's shotgun ammo all over the place. So you're probably going to be forced to play one of the characters that has a pistol as a secondary weapon, which my guy did, and the pistol is powerful, packs a fucking punch. Like so, you won't even. Sometimes I felt like using that shit over the assault rifle.
Yeah.
And yeah, it felt good. Like the gun feel good, the fluidity, you feel that kickback with all your guns and stuff. Like you feel the tension with this game, and even when you're trying to run and save one of your partners when they're down, like you feel the tension. Like it's there. Like I gotta hurry up. I gotta run around in a circle, jump up on a truck, go save Freddy. Hopefully, I got 5 seconds to revive his ass. They do give you defibrillators too that you could try and bring people back up to life. And one new aspect to this game that they added was the card system. I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be like the biggest new thing, is where now you get like cards and give you buffs, like you go revive faster, you get more ammo if you pick up this weapon, or you get double critical hits where you hit this type of zombie and those type of things, and they randomize. You get to pick like, what is it, like two or three before you start every round, and add them to your character and shit like that. So it could get interesting. It could change because this is an alpha, so of
Yeah.
course they're going to take everyone's opinion. I don't know if you're like me. I did the survey like twice to give my opinion on the game. And of course, I told them I loved it. I just told them the only big difference to me, of course, is the card system, and I feel like it could be, I don't know if toned down is what I'm looking for, but I feel like they could probably do more with it. It's
Yeah, I
from
feel
what
like
I
the
thought.
cards wasn't that in pipe for. I feel like they
Yeah,
didn't do much to the gameplay. It was
yeah, I
like
feel like, yeah, because you're it's the gameplay is so fast paced, and it keeps us all so tense that it's hard to remember what buffs you even have
yeah.
right now. Like I'm not thinking, all right, let me let Freddy die over there because I could go and pick him up in 5 seconds now. Like I
Why you
can't
keep
do
trying
that.
to have me dying? Every time you say an example, it's me
I
dying.
don't know, but it's you on
I ain't
computer.
played it yet.
It's like
So
Freddy's
tell when
dead.
you died, and I'm like, ah, no.
It was like good. But Fred, what's your impressions? That we'll start taking questions after
um,
that. Tim, you can ask us whatever you want to ask, and you
yeah,
guys
the
in the
chat can ask some
audience,
questions.
just let us know whatever you want.
I enjoy the game, but man, it's definitely Left 4 Dead, and they did spice it up with the card system, which I enjoy. But like Dre was talking about, it could be a little more impactful. For instance, I played a game where I got like a +5 in health or +5 in ammo. Are you really gonna feel a difference in +5 in ammo in the game? You're not. You know,
Not in that
but
game.
then there was other cards that was very impactful. One was if I healed a teammate, I would get 100% of that heal back to me. So it made me want to heal my teammates first, knowing that I would get that heal as
Oh
well.
yeah, I
So
remember that card.
that's like so some of these cards were very like impactful to the gameplay, and some were just like you're not really gonna notice the difference. So they gotta balance that a little bit better. Weapons, like what Jay was talking about, was so much just like ammo for guns that they wouldn't even give us. They were giving shotgun ammo, no shotguns. They were sniper armor,
Sniper
no
ammo.
snipers.
Yes, no sniper rifles around.
SMG armor, ammo, no SMGs. So it's like, where are these guns at? We missing them, and so they didn't
Probably
fix
gotta
that.
buy them.
Yeah, maybe you gotta buy them, but no, not even the buy system. You only could buy
Oh yeah,
the basics,
attachments
attachments,
yeah.
and perk cards. But overall, it's an alpha. They're gonna work on it, and you know what? This is gonna be a game that maybe I come to once a week, maybe a game night where we just like get the group together and we just go through the story.
Mhm.
But I'm looking forward to it. I was playing on the game looks fucking good though. I was playing on low settings. It should look good. I played on Ultra. This should look good. So I'm like, this game's gonna look good on a PS5, 55 inch, 75 inch, whatever
Yeah,
TV you
it
guys
looks like
have.
it's ready now. Like this game, I'm mad that it's coming out in July. Like we gotta wait till summertime to play this fucking game, man. I'm like, this game looks like it's ready now. Like
Yeah.
it really looks like it's ready now. Like if you told me give $20 for early access right now and just give me 2 acts, I'm good. I'll
Yeah.
play that. I'll play that right now. But Tim, you got any questions?
Yes, and so this is, I mean, anybody like me who has not seen a lick of the game yet, are they like Left for Dead where they're like scenarios? Like the
Yep.
scenario is you're in the airport and you got to make it
Yep.
to this. Okay, and then with that, so with that being said, what like what you guys saying the thing about finding the ammo or the safe points or the safe
Safe
what do you
houses.
call safe houses are are they worth it in this game? And the reason why I say that is like the safe houses used to be a nice rest in between, acts for Left for Dead. But the issue you had was when, let's say, we're playing multiplayer, we make it to the safe house. Now, if somebody gets out of it, or if somebody leaves the game now, once we leave that safe house, now we're thrown into the thick of it, and we like have we don't have the proper thing ammo probably what like since this person left it's like three of us now we don't have all four like does this impact the game in some way because that was one of the things that made me not want to play Left 4 Dead is if you're playing with all four people and then one person leaves depending on what you're playing on now the game is just brokenly hard.
Well, I will say, I only played on like the first two difficulties, like the casual and then the one in the middle. I never played on the hardest one. I know when we played on the casual, I had some bots. I will say, now that I think about it, the bots weren't bad at shooting, but they're bad at coming to help you
Yeah,
when you're down.
reviving you. They get
Yeah, it
stuck.
was on some Avengers shit where your
Yeah.
AI teammates are bad at coming to pick you up when you're down. So I'll say they're good at shooting. They, except for when you throw a Molotov, they'll sometimes stand in the fire instead of running out. But it is alpha. It is the alpha
Yeah.
stage right now. It's not beta. So it might
One
get
thing,
fixed.
yeah, one thing I would say is that I just played a game where people I had a full squad of four people and then somebody left. In that same game, probably like 5 minutes later, somebody else joined. So
Yeah, they do let you
so
join
they'll
later.
click on having more people join. It's not like one person leaves and you just like stuck with the robot.
Is
The
there a story
people
mode?
there is a story mode
Yeah, it's
and
just like Left 4 Dead.
yeah,
Just like
Okay.
yo, bro, this is Left
yeah.
I
4
mean,
Dead.
you never know. Sometimes, I mean,
Straight,
because I understand this is alpha build, but sometimes they'll put this stuff in and then it gets scrapped, or they'll be like, yeah, what I'm saying there's supposed to be a story mode, and you see it, but then when the real game comes out, you're like, what the hell? Like,
Nah,
wasn't I
this
supposed to get some meat with this potatoes?
yeah, for sure.
but yeah, this one you see is definitely like the other one. You go in, you're playing an act. And every act has there's 4 stages, right? Like
Yeah,
4 stages to every act. Big ass boss at the end. Escape on this or that, and
and
that's
you only
the end
have
of
so
that.
many um, restarts. I think you get 2 restarts per playthrough. So once
Yeah,
you go through them, you get to start the whole all 4 chapters again.
I
yeah.
mean, it'd be nice if this time they start like, cause like that's I gotta say in those games since Left 4 Dead's come out, what I like in those games is where they have something that specializes, which it does suck when somebody does leave the game, but kind of like was it payday or what?
Payday. Yeah,
Payday
payday.
where you have like where the depending on who you are, you specialize in something where what I'm saying you'll be better at it than anybody else. And so, like, what I'm saying, and because I like that type of team based gameplay,
That's why we play
because
Battlefield.
exactly that's what makes you want to come back or like play around with all of the different classes. So I mean, with this game, like, because I mean, zombie games aren't going anywhere. And as we can tell, with the absence of Left 4 Dead, there's definitely a market there. It's just I hope that with this game they're able to build on what they already have but like really give us something new.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
I
and
think
it feels
the
like that. It feels like the same thing. Like it's like they went, what wasn't broken, we don't need a fix. Let's just make it better. That's
yeah,
what it
Yeah.
feels like.
that's and it could kind of hurt itself because it does feel like a Left 4 Dead game. Like if you played a shitload of Left 4 Dead, then this is all familiar for you.
But I
It
mean, Left 4 Dead isn't bad. It wasn't a bad formula, to tell you the truth.
no,
And what it is,
it's a
like
fun game.
that
Yeah,
that was one of the reasons why I wasn't. I played like maybe 2 minutes of World War Z, and that was the only issue. That was the main issue that I had with World War Z. Was it was like they took Left 4 Dead, stripped it all down, and just slapped on
Yeah.
some was it World War
third
Z
person.
skins, and you're just like, where this is nice. Like if in real world, if I saw like an ant colony of zombies climbing up a wall, I'm like, that's it. That's
Yeah.
done. Like there's nothing in this game that
You
makes
just gave
this like
up.
an appealing. No, but it was well, not just give up, but it doesn't. It's like there's nothing in this game that makes this an appeal. Then like the whole story building was weird because it's just like you've already seen the movie or seen the game. It's just like that. That was what I was saying about the Avengers game. When you try to tailor a game so close to the movie, it's like it loses its essence because you've already seen the movie. You already know what happened. But what the
Yeah,
game has to do is give you a different perspective to where you're like, oh, so I didn't see like kind of really what Avengers did, where is even though you don't see these guys like in the movie perspective, you see them now as a comic book character. And that's what Marvel really is able to do with these games. They can go, okay, we want to give you the movie adaptation, or we're going to give you the comic book adaptation, which is up to you to decipher which one you like better. But like with mediums such as like saying Back for Blood or Left for Dead, it's like they have the privilege of being able to give you stuff that you like from this, but also show you something new to like that like kind of makes their boundary in the sand, as it were.
I got you right there. If anybody in the chat, once again, if you guys have any questions about Back for Blood and what we played in the alpha, like go ahead and drop them or answer your questions right now before we end this because we're coming towards the end of the pod. Tim is I'll give people time to drop their questions if they got any. But we had a poll on our Facebook. You haven't been on the Facebook or Facebook banned you again, like they always do. You know, like
No, this time they got me, man. This 60 days, and they was like, after this, it's gonna be a year. I was like, well, see you in hell, fucker. See you in hell,
you know.
motherfuckers.
So we posed a question to the group because we did our game of the year. I don't know if you got to listen to that pod. We did a game of the year nomination pod. So we have Animal Crossing on it, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, The Last of Us 2, and now we have a poll going on in the group whether you want Spider-Man, Miles Morales, or Cyberpunk to be on it. Right now, it's leaning towards Spider-Man. What would you choose?
Oh man, that is a like that really is a good. Kudos to you guys because that's a good decision. Um, really right now I would have to go with Cyberpunk, and the only reason why I'm
Me,
saying that is don't get me wrong, Miles Morales is really awesome, and I'm like happy that they're able to like give the Spider-Man game more more
more
life.
breath.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because it's just like after the Spider-Man game out, how great that was on PlayStation 4. I was mad at how like short it was, but at the same time, how it kind of like just came and went. So the
Yeah.
Miles Morales does add more depth to the city, but Cyberpunk between those two, Cyberpunk just gives you so much more. It gives you a world, gives you a character that you can build. Whereas it's just like Miles Morales, you pretty much know what that is. You know what
Yeah.
Spider-Man is. This I mean, and of
You
course
know
they're
what you're
gonna hit it
getting
out the park.
into. It's the same. Not to say it's the same old thing, but it is the same old thing.
Yeah, it's
We
just
know
like
what
of
we're
course they're
gonna
gonna
do.
hit this out of the park because it's like it like really the Spider-Man like the last Spider-Man game was phenomenal. And so to add on to that with the Miles Morales, like it to me it just takes that that hot apple pie and makes it a la mode. You know what I'm saying? But Cyberpunk, it's like you came in here and you was like, all right, man, I got these cuts of beef, and then I come back in and you got like. Or you ask me, hey Tim, do you want some pork? And I'm like, I don't eat pork. But I come over your house and you got the suckling pig, like you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, it's like in its current state, Cyberpunk sucks because of the game ending crashes and then the like graphical bugs. But be below that, as far as the story is concerned, bro, like there's a few I guess a few spoilers that I've come in contact with this game to where I was just like, yo, this is completely different than what I ever thought it was gonna be, and I'm intrigued.
Mhm. Good,
Or
good,
is
good.
this like with Spider-Man, I knew what I would like out the box, I knew what I was getting. With
Yeah,
Cyberpunk, I'm still looking at this game trying to
yeah.
figure out what
Spider
the hell
Punk.
it is.
I said Spider Punk. Spider Man was my first game that I got on my PS5, and I still haven't been. I'm trying to rush through it now because I feel like I should have finished this because it's only 10 hours. And me and Naomi, or Felice Cat, as you guys know her in the Game Rich
Whoop,
Pod,
whoop.
like we fucking well, you probably heard that we didn't agree on it being on the list because we're just like, this is a glorified DLC.
It
And I
is.
didn't just go around and just say that because when it was first announced, they said it's DLC until someone at Sony called Insomniac. It's Insomniac, right? Yeah, yes, they
Yeah, I
called
believe so. Yes.
Insomniac and they're like, yo, shut the fuck up. Don't tell these motherfuckers this is DLC. Tell them this is a full blown game, and then we're gonna put the other game in it and make it seem like it's a whole game. Like so, but you ain't gonna get those of us who know. If you know, you know. Like so, like this game is a glorified DLC. I'm not knocking it. It's a great piece of DLC. But it's not a full blown game in which I say I'm gonna give this a game of the year. Like if it came out and Spider-Man didn't come out and this was just Miles Morales without the Spider-Man game in it and it didn't follow that storyline, then I could be like, all right, yeah, this
Yeah.
could probably go over Cyberpunk just because of how bad Cyberpunk is playing on last gen consoles is the only reason why I'll say, okay, put it there. But right now, Cyberpunk is a masterpiece that everyone is just not getting to see yet. That's what it is. A masterpiece that the world is not getting to see yet.
Bro,
When
because
all
Anthem, I just want to say to the world out there at large, Anthem is ass. Anthem is way worse than Cyberpunk. And both me and Dre have played Anthem
I still like Anthem.
extensively.
I have faith, man.
Oh, come on. Anthem was a turd. Like when
I
I
said
first,
it was
when that
going to
ga-
be
I
a
would say
flop. It was.
was it 2 games after that game came out, I was trying to get my money back for Anthem, and PlayStation was like, no. And the guy was like, you've played this game for 10 hours. I was like, bro, of the 10 hours that I've played that game, I've only played it 1 hour. The rest of the time I've spent trying to get into to lobbies to even play the freaking game. And then all of the enemies were complete bullet sponges that were uninteresting to kill. It was just Anthem is way worse,
I remember
way
you putting
worse,
in a lot of work in that game, though, man.
way
You put
worse.
in that game a lot.
I was because I was like, man, I'm gonna get this $60 out of this hell or
Yeah.
high water. Like whereas I never got my money out. I've never got I like Anthem to me
Hopefully,
was a
Anthem 2.0 could solve that problem next year.
no, it can't
Hopefully.
because that's the thing. Anthem and what BioWare wanted to do, Anthem isn't varied enough. It isn't varied enough. You're in a world killing stuff in mechs. It seemed like it was going to be good, but there's just not enough there. Whereas with Cyberpunk, with this detailed city that they give you and how much like customization you're able to put on your person, it's like you're at the end, you want to see what your person can do. You just want to see where
Yeah.
you can push your person. You want to see what type of implants you can put on them, but like you don't know. It's just you want to see what's gonna happen next with V. Even though I don't like that my name is V in there because I always make it some crazy thing. I want to see what my V is gonna be. Miles Morales, I know what he's gonna be. Uh, black Hispanic kid bit by a super was it some type of spider, and now he can do
Yeah,
awesome
yo, I
stuff.
don't want anybody to think that I'm knocking that Spider-Man game. Could it have some like
No, because
emotional
it's
moments?
awesome.
I caught a moment like us being, African Americans, and like that part when I don't know if you got to play it, but when he's on the bridge and the cops are just like pointing their guns at him after like he just finished saving a bunch of people, and it just like, yo, like you guys just, it just brought you back to the real world. It has those moments in the game where it just like reflects what people of color usually have to go through. I usually don't like to bring games into this conversation together, but it's just a point you had to make. So I understand where they were going with that game, and everything, but to me, Cyberpunk is just a full game, and it's just something that a lot of people need a chance to explore. And it's unfortunate that with all these glitches and bugs, a lot of people can't explore this shit. But hopefully, in another month or so, everything will be fixed. And when we get that next gen boost, hopefully, I'm not done with the game and I can witness what it looks like. But I know with Stadia, I can already witness what it looks like, but I only play my Stadia version when my son's on the PS5. So, anybody got any last words before we dip out? Because we are about to dip out of here and go watch some football. So guys, uh, oh, someone's just saying they want us to buy five. We got us a bot. We got us a bot up in here. Want us to make us famous.
Yay!
Yeah,
Thank you,
I want to make
bots.
us famous.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Nothing like the
So
spam
guys,
bots.
thank you all for joining us. Look out for the Gamers podcast this Thursday live at 8 o'clock. Look out for to
It's
drink
Christmas
it.
this
Oh no,
Thursday.
Christmas. My bad. No, yes, Merry Christmas to you too. Yes, this week there is
Yo,
no Gamerish podcast. Christmas break. Well, when we come back, we're gonna be possibly doing one more show before our Game of the Year award show. We're just getting all our nominations intact and getting all our games together, and we will let the people also choose the awards for what they want in our nominations as well. So you guys will get to choose every category that we're voting on, and we're going to put our decisions and your choices at the same time, so you guys can see that that's coming like in a week or two, depending on how long it takes us to deliberate, because sometimes when it comes to games people get passionate, so we might need a little longer than usual to deliberate on who should win what award. But other than that, guys, thanks for joining. Please follow us on Facebook if you're not there already, Gamerish Network. Follow us on Twitter, Gamerish N, at Gamerish capital N, because Gamerish Network seems to be taken. I got to find out who's doing that and sue them. And then on
nice.
Instagram, Gamerish underscore network, if you guys have an Instagram too. And we appreciate all you that came out. And as usual, enjoy your drinks, enjoy your games. Peace out.